Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Adam here, and with E3 2013 right around the corner, I wanted to take time to make this video. As you can tell by now, I am a gamer. If you can't tell by that shelf back there that has everything from the Sega Genesis to the Xbox 360, I got that shelf there with NES and Super Nintendo games. I got that old school gaming setup back there. Uh, I take gaming pretty seriously. The video game industry is one of my most beloved industries ever, and it's so good that it's around. With E3 coming around, there are bound to be rumors, and with those rumors come people's wish lists for E3. Like, I've seen plenty of those on like Facebook and Reddit and all that. Some of these people's wish lists, they could be about a game series. It could be like game developers, like what kind of games they're making, or it could be the direction of the company in general, like say the direction of Konami or the direction of Capcom, um, or like last year showed the direction of THQ, which pretty much just went. Um, so sad to see THQ go. But anyway, I thought I would come up with my top 5 wish list for E3, and I know that Nintendo has already announced that they are not holding a press conference at E3, but that's not going to stop me from talking about Nintendo in general. And also, regarding the people's wish list, they could bear some fruit. Like, it could be possible, or they could just be outlandish dreams, like a game series that I'm including in my list. So without further ado, I present to you my top 5 rather, E3 2013 wish list. Number 5 is going to be the announcement of Sonic Adventure 3. Now, I know that seems a little bit crazy, but it could possibly happen. If you're not familiar with it, Sonic Adventure started on the Sega Dreamcast, and then a director's cut version made its way onto the Nintendo GameCube, which I've played a little bit right now, but I haven't gotten too far into it. But from what I play, it's definitely good. But that's kind of what happens when you play a sequel instead of starting with the original. But to be fair, I didn't get this until much later. Then they came out with a sequel, Sonic Adventure 2, which I have a GameCube case for this, but whatever. They came out with a sequel, Sonic Adventure 2, on the Dreamcast, and then worked its way onto the GameCube with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and that just blew the original out of the water, in my opinion. But it did have its flaws. Shortly afterwards, Sega went under, the Dreamcast went under, and Sega became a third-party developer for Nintendo. And they've recently been making a lot of Sonic games on different consoles, like Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, and Sonic 06. I'm pretty sure Sega's going to have my head for mentioning that monstrosity again. But recently it has been announced that Sega has found a home for Sonic in Nintendo. They are joining a partnership, and the upcoming Sonic Lost Worlds is going to be a Wii U and Nintendo 3DS exclusive. So if Nintendo has a home finally for Sonic, who's to say Sonic Adventure 3 isn't too far behind? As a matter of fact, the Sonic Adventure series is one of my favorite Sonic games. I mean, I like Adventure, and I like Sonic Advance, and to be honest, Sonic 06 is kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. But, yeah, Sonic Adventure 3, now that Sega has Nintendo's backing, Sonic Adventure 3 may not be that far behind now. Number 4 has to do with the future of Mega Man. Now, I gotta be honest, I didn't get into Mega Man until a couple years ago, but from what I played, Mega Man is definitely a great game series. The original NES games were groundbreakers, especially 2. Then Super Nintendo came out, and Mega Man X came out, and blew it out of the water. And that was cool. And some of their spin-offs have been pretty good, like one of my favorites being the Battle Network series. I got Blue and I got White here, and those are pretty good. But the game I'm talking about, I have in mind, isn't anything to do with those. It's this, Mega Man Legends. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, Mega Man Legends is without a doubt my favorite Mega Man game out there. Like I said in an earlier video, I don't really replay this all that much because, well, back when I posted that was when I was more of a coward, and I was really on edge, so I got scared really easily when you were down in, like, the caverns or whatever, and whenever something would just jump out at me, I would almost crap my pants. And that's why the replayability wasn't so high to me back then. But now that I've toughened up, the replayability of this has definitely got up. But the controls still take a while to get used to if you haven't played it in a while. But once you do, it's definitely a blast. And then they came out with a spin-off and a sequel, The Misadventures of Trombone and Mega Man Legends 2, respectively, which I really want to play, but that's easier said than done, with both games going to run you up hundreds of dollars each. And that's just for the games themselves. If you want case and all that, ooh, man, we are talking a hefty price tag. And then a misstep on the road of glory. Capcom just decided to be utter dicks, and when the 3DS came out, I remember reading an article saying that Mega Man Legends 3 was going to be coming out for the 3DS, which I was a little bummed out at because handheld games don't really hold up that well compared to their console counterparts. But I was just excited to hear that the Mega Man Legends series was coming on, and then they pulled the plug on it, which really sucks. And we have not heard anything about Mega Man since, except for a Metroid Prime style remake of Mega Man X that was in development in 2010, I believe, but they pulled the plug on that as well. So what I want to see is an announcement regarding Mega Man's future. Are they ever going to continue it, or are they just going to pull the plug entirely? I mean, I'm going to be really disappointed if they decide just end Mega Man right here, right now. But, you know, an unwanted answer is better than no answer at all. So, at E3, I want a definitive yes or no concerning the future of Mega Man. And if we are going to do it, let's bring him back. Let's do Mega Man Legends 3. Please? Number 3 on my list is what I was talking about when I talked about Hopeless Dreams. And it's pretty obvious to see why. The Banjo-Kazooie games are excellent platforming games. I like the original better than the sequel, though the sequel is pretty good. Then there was also a Game Boy Advance game, Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge, which I played. It does not hold up any well. And then Nintendo sold Rare to Microsoft, and then we got this. Don't get me wrong, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts is a great game. It just doesn't hold up well. And then after that, I hear that Rare was disbanded or whatever, and that really sucks. But I've recently heard rumors that Nintendo may be trying to buy back the Banjo-Kazooie license, and if that does happen, I'm going to be really excited. Could they possibly make a true successor to Banjo-Tooie? Could they bring us Banjo 3? I don't know, but it would be fun. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. This is a great game, but it's definitely the second worst in the series. The worst being Grunty's Revenge. But that was on a handheld console, so there's not a whole lot to expect. So, number 3 on my list, uh, some news concerning Banjo-Kazooie, like the future of it. Is Nintendo going to buy the Banjo-Kazooie title? Let's hope so. Number 2 on my list has to do with one of my favorite Game Boy game series. You've probably already guessed it by now, but it has to do with Pokemon. And number 2 on my list is Pokemon Game Boy games being available for download on the eShop for the 3DS and Virtual Console for the Wii U. Now, I know what you're thinking. There is a lot of factors to consider. If we were to do that, we'd have to change everything. And yes, I do realize you wouldn't have to change some things, like trading. It would have to be tinkered, but that is, as far as my knowledge, that is the bare minimum you can change. Like the only thing you'd have to change, and still considered to be a nostalgic game, like these games. Like like I said in an earlier video, I prefer the old school Game Boy games of Johto over their Nintendo DS remakes like Soul Silver, because while it is a journey back to my favorite region in Pokemon, it brings too many new elements into this, like the abilities and the new graphics and the new moves. And I realized, well, that's the point. We can't just go back to what we went to. I understand that, but it still doesn't translate that well to me, especially with all the new stuff they incorporated in, like a Safari Zone and the Hoenn legendaries and all that. I realize that's to make the game seem fresh, but it's still way too new for me. So, like, if we were to release the old school Pokemon Game Boy games on Virtual Console and eShop, all we would have to do is change how trading works, just recode that, and we're good to go. And on like Virtual Console, like we could also get like Pokemon Stadium on Virtual Console and try to find a way to connect that. I guess I don't know. It's merely a idea in my head, and it seems like it could work. But I really don't expect it to happen anytime soon, and that sucks. But if it was to happen, I would be pleased. Number 1 on my list has to do with another game series I love. In fact, it's the game series that led me to get a Nintendo 64 in the first place. Yes, I am talking about the game breaker, Super Smash Bros. The original Super Smash Bros. Laid the groundwork. Melee blew it out of the water. And Super Smash Bros. Brawl, while a good game, it didn't raise the ante on the same level that Melee did over the original Smash Bros. But it was still a good game. Now, ever since the Wii U has been announced, I know we've been all wondering the same thing. Where is Super Smash Bros. Wii U? And I understand that the next Smash Bros. Game will also be released for the 3DS. And that Shigeru Miyamoto has stated that there is going to be some form of compatibility or versatility between the two, and I'm interested to see where that's going to go. But I want to know, when's the next Smash Bros. Game coming out, and more importantly, who's going to be added in? Now, as we all know, when from Melee to Brawl, they dropped 5 characters: Pichu, Young Link, Mewtwo, Roy, and Dr. Mario. And, but it has been confirmed that Mewtwo was supposed to return to Brawl, but was dropped for unknown reasons. And by unknown reasons, I mean reasons I can't remember right now. But there have been rumors of who could be coming into Brawl. In fact, I've heard rumors that a Dragon Ball Z character is supposed to be in the next Brawl game, and that would be cool, even though I'm not really a fan of Dragon Ball Z. But it would be cool to see like Goku or Vegeta or Piccolo or the Mewtwo lookalike or the fat pink guy. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Dragon Ball Z, so I don't know these characters. But it would be cool to see Final Smash for that character be a Kamehameha or something like that. That'd be fun, especially for my cousin who's a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. And I've also heard some other rumors of other characters, like a lot of people want Geno from Super Mario RPG to be in there. I've heard rumors that the Dark Magician from Yu-Gi-Oh! Is going to be in there, and that would be really cool. In fact, if I was to pick a new character, he would definitely be it. Yeah, but regarding the next Smash Bros. Game, I just want an answer. When is that going to come out? So there you go, YouTube. That is what I want for E3 2013. If you have any other ideas, if you agree with some of mine on my wish list, if you disagree, let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps me out. I'll post links to my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, and my Reddit account, if any of you read it. So, yeah, that's me. Adam out.